Welcome to the BumbleKast. I'm your host, Ian Flynn, the Bumble King, and joining me as always is my Bumble co-host, Kyle, JCRB Krause.
It's November. How did we get this over halfway through November already? What is going on? I don't know what to think, Mr. Flynn. Help me.
Well, time flies when we're answering all these questions that come from our patrons over at patreon.com/BumbleKast, Ko-fi.com/BumbleKast, and our YouTube members.
Well, you know what? That makes sense. I guess that works. And we do have a lot of questions. So let's get started off with this one from Andrew D. Building off of a question recently asked by Scurvy Pirate Hog, if the metal virus wound up turning characters into copies of Sonic, how might you have used this to bring in Scourge as a permanent character? I'd imagine the ending to the arc would have to be very different in order to keep one mutated Sonic copy around permanently. No need to go too in-depth. This is just a fun thinking exercise.
How would I? Well, the short answer is I wouldn't.
Yeah.
That is not a direction I would go in, but here is the premise, so work with it. Okay. As Super Sonic beats the ever-loving snot out of Giant Zavok, Super Silver grabs up all the goo from everybody and congeals it into one point, reverting everyone back to their regular selves, but the inherent mishmash of metal Sonic transmogrification creates a twisted version of Sonic with an identity crisis, and that is Scourge.
Okay. There you go, I guess.
He originates from a plague, and that makes him a real Scourge. There you go.
You got it. All right, here's one from Bladezer. So, Ian, what's your stance on fanfics for Drogoon? Are you okay with them as long as no one sends them to you because of your usual reasons?
Oh, yeah. Go nuts. Have fun. I mean, I ask that you be respectful of the characters, but this is the internet. I know I can't police that in the slightest. So, but in general, I am a proponent of fanfic. I think it's a great creative exercise. I think it's just a nice, fun thing for you to do. It doesn't have to be too serious. And it's a great learning tool because you are given the characters, the themes, the settings to work from. It's kind of a build your own story kit, and you can learn and grow from it. So yeah, if you feel so inclined, go nuts, have fun with it. But please don't show it to me because this is absolutely my world. And I really, really, really do not want to accidentally take from somebody else, because something like Sonic is so big and so old. You know, there's a degree of plausible deniability. Everybody's thinking about this at the same time. Yeah, our ideas just happen to come across the same thing. Yeah, Drogoon, I am the only one here. If something pops up, it's like, yeah, that's kind of what I did. It's like, shoot my monkeys. Yeah, all right. So yeah, no, go nuts with it. Have fun. Enjoy.
All right, here's one from Breezy. Blaze's initial antisocial demeanor was due to being teased for her flames, which he viewed as a curse. If a guardian is forced to live with these powers, as stated in her debut, are they inherited by blood, bestowed by the emeralds themselves, or a secret third thing? Was she only made to feel insecure because kids are ignorant, or are abilities like hers meant to be seen as unusual? Could Marine revealing herself as a fellow elemental have been a turning point in Blaze's respect/trust in her?
All very good questions. I have no answers. I could speculate, sure. But you know what we need for that? We need like a dedicated Blaze game. Or anime.
Comic even.
Comic arc. Something. Give me the wheel, Sega. Just let me drive.
I feel like bullying a flamethrower is a really dumb idea. Yeah, I mean, bullying Tails for having two tails, that's mean, but, I mean, he can't light things on fire with those tails necessarily. Meanwhile, Blaze inherently lights things on fire just by, using her powers. So it's like, maybe don't.
I would think it's more something along the lines like Elsa out of Frozen, where it's an active danger to those around her, you know? But that is not official. That's not knowing Smile. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if there is a actual answer to that or if we will ever get to investigate. Oh, I hope we get to.
I hope so. Question from Buttered Noodles. Sega has looked into your past and has read Other M, and they love the idea, and they want you to somehow rewrite it to work into the mainline canon under the usual general restrictions. How do you do so?
Number one, no. Please no. No. Also no. For those of you who don't know, God, I hate the context of this every time. Other M was a fan comic I did during my angsty teen days. It's
Yes.
not good.
Literally
It's
angsty teen. This is like a very long time ago. Yeah.
I mean, it did accomplish a lot of stuff. You know, it was the only fan comic at the time to go multiple issues. A lot of incredibly talented folks contributed to it. Like its success and its longevity were because of all the work that was contributed over the years. Those artists did phenomenal. It's still not a good book, and I kind of wish it would stay dead and buried, but I can't seem to kill it. So, no, it does not need to be acknowledged. And if some terrible Greek god named Buttered Noodles decide to make that happen, it's a Shatterverse. There you go.
Yeah.
You can go there, and mainline Sonic can be like, "What is going on?" And then he leaves, and it's good. It's done.
It's fine. It's away. I can't believe you also ruined Metroid, though. First you ruined Sonic,
Which one of
now
those
you
is
ruined
worse?
Metroid.
I will leave up to you to debate.
Well, leave it to Sega.
Super angsty try-hard Sonic fic or the baby?
Or super angsty try-hard Metroid game?
Mm. Did you know Ridley was a Furby? You do now.
Oh, no. The baby. Classic Metal Sonic's number 2 fan has a question. With Sonic and Shadow Generations exploring Shadow's point of view and fans wanting similar things for Silver, what do you think classic Metal Sonic Generations might look like? What stages and bosses would he explore? What characters would he meet? How would he get the Chaos Emerald? And why would he explore White Space?
I don't know if classic metal has enough to mine from to do that.
You might have to do both classic and modern metal.
Like, exploring White Space, that's just chase down Sonic, foil his plans. Why is he going after the Emerald? Stop Sonic and his plans. There you go. That's simple enough. Just following orders. Stages? I mean, we already had Stardust Speedway for the rival fight.
Maybe go ahead and finish off Sonic 4's story and resolve that.
Yeah, but that would be modern metal.
Well, I mean,
specifically about classic.
You gotta have both. But
Sonic R?
Yeah.
You have a stage there?
Probably pull an actual stage from Sonic CD instead of just Stardust Speedway. Yeah.
I mean, Sonic Mania? He only showed up in Stardust Speedway. Oh, a chaotic stage, I guess.
Yeah, chaotics. Yeah.
Okay.
Was he
something from Superstars?
Yeah. Was he in one of the Game Gear games?
Drift. Yeah, he was in the
Drift and Triple Trouble.
Was he in Triple Trouble?
Think so.
I think it was only Fang and Knuckles.
Yeah, well, he's in Triple Trouble.
Is he? Shoot, it's been so long.
I don't think you can play as him, though.
No, you can't play as him in most stuff.
No, unfortunately.
And bosses, it's just Sonic every time.
Well,
it's a different race.
It's just a different Sonic. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe sometimes Robotnik is testing him. Eggman's testing him.
No, you do like the Chaotix boss and you turn into Metal Sonic Kai and you just have to squish the Chaotix.
There you go. You do some recreations of his boss fights from previous times. Yeah.
It's like whack-a-mole.
Yeah. Wasn't he also in Rivals 2?
Yeah.
So you can pull something from there, maybe. I don't know. There's a few things. You could do some stuff with him.
And if we're getting into modern as well, put him in Hot Shelter to acknowledge that cameo.
Yeah.
Something from SA2 since he was an unlockable skin there.
No, Heroes. I mean, he was Metal Overlord, so yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. Yeah, I mean, there's all sorts of options there. You can make a classic. You can make a Metal Sonic Generations game. Come on, Sega.
And every stage you bring back to reality, it's just either Orbot or Cubot every time.
What about Sage?
Oh, thanks, big bro. We got stuck in time again. Golly, how does this keep happening? And Mel just glares at them.
What about Sage?
Well, it hasn't mattered yet in terms of the continuity by then,
Okay.
unless we're talking like just a sequel of Generations. Oh no, the Time Eater came back. Who'd have thunk it?
Yeah, pretty much.
Here's more stages.
Pretty much. All right. Let's go move on to this question here from Comic the Hedgehog. Frog swap. Kermit becomes Big the Cat's best friend and pet, while Froggy becomes the head of the Muppets and the object of Miss Piggy's affection. How do they fare in their new roles?
Oh, they're both grand. Like, I think Kermit is not particularly fond of being treated as a pet, but otherwise, this vacation
Yeah.
with Big, just chilling out and fishing, oh, he loves it. Like, no expectations, no pressures. For once, it's easy being green. He's grand.
Yeah.
As for Froggy, nobody realizes there's been a switch. They all treat him exactly as Kermit. And the show runs about as smoothly as always.
Yeah. But he keeps running away, and Miss Piggy keeps chasing after him. So. Big is kind of like Fozzie, so, it tracks. He's a little Fozzie-esque.
He's not nearly as punny as
No,
Fozzie.
no, he is not. He doesn't understand puns, but, it's that same wavelength, They're on a similar wavelength. I think Kermit vibes with that. Question from DDR Master M. Ian Flynn, thanks to your theater background, you have been tasked to write Sonic Adventure 2, the musical. What changes would you make and what songs would you use or come up with for this sure-to masterpiece that will inevitably hit Broadway?
So this is an extremely experimental, almost avant-garde approach where it's 3 separate shows and you have to watch them in order. There's the hero show, the dark show, and the final show.
Okay.
All of the vocal tracks are worked into each show.
Okay.
Whoever's playing Knuckles has to rap because he's got probably the most numbers out of all of them.
Oh boy.
It's as faithful to the story progression as possible. Very impressive prop work, especially with the giant inflatable final hazard that's just like reaching out over the audience going and it's truly moving when the actor playing Super Shadow is flung across the audience on some kind of pulley system out into the lobby, saying, "This is what you wanted, isn't it, Maria? A chance for everyone," as he gestures to the audience, "to be happy."
Yep. Perfect. It would be a very Spider-Man Turn Out the Dark musical, but there's 3 of them. Oh no. Everyone clap for Maria to come back to life. Oh no, it's not working. Terrible. You didn't clap hard enough. Terrible. All right, here's one from Double L. How many megas could a Mega Man if a Mega Man could man megas?
All of them.
Good. Here's one from Dove. If Sage ever looked back at footage of her father's stellar Olympic career, would she happen to notice a certain space princess? Might she ask her father who this tall woman is to whom she seems to bear a striking resemblance to? How might Eggman explain this complete coincidence? Don't look at his browser history, please.
And don't look at his Bowser history either.
Hey, got him.
Was Rosalina playable in the Olympic Games?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't remember that. I just remember Daisy and Peach.
No, the only thing that, I guess the only real sort of, okay. I guess they both have dresses. Is that like and the hair. The hair is the same.
The hair's similar.
Similar,
yeah.
And they both wear dresses and float around. But, do they really resemble each other otherwise?
Not especially, but hey, we're going for it's the gag question. I don't think we're being too serious about this. And, Eggman's going to be on the spot. Yeah, well, you see, when a man loves a woman and a woman might possibly know that a man exists, why do you ask? I want a Luma. Oh, well, that's all. We'll just go invade their galaxy.
That's easy, yeah. Oh, good, yes. All right, here's one from E200 Paragon. I asked a while ago about how Sonic and Omega would duke it out should circumstances lead to Omega cornering Eggman, but now I've got a new approach. Stepping out of the dust-saturated cobwebs of the Gimme Shelter is the one, the only Chaos Gamma. Chaos Gamma sports almost as many diverse weapons as Omega, in addition to being far more competent in hand-to-hand combat. Thus, assuming he's still canon, my question is this. How would E102's reincarnation fare against E123?
God, I want this. I've been looking for an excuse and an avenue to bring back Chaos Gamma for so long now, and it's never been the right moment.
Wow.
Mostly because Chaos Gamma is like discount bargain bin Omega. We have Omega at home.
Rude.
So, the thing is, the majority of Chaos Gamma's arsenal is more short range. He does have a few long range options, but nothing quite to the same caliber, quite literally, of Omega's miniguns. So as long as the fight starts with some distance between them, I think Omega has the advantage. He has the long range arsenal that Chaos Gamma cannot counter. And even then, getting in close range, I think Omega has the drive, or the drivetrain at least, to overcome. He's going to be pretty banged up, but I see him as the victor in all this.
That makes sense. I mean, he's got to win. He's like the hero-ish character, despite, being a robot built by Eggman. But we'll ignore that. Fang the Werehog has a question. Tangle and Whisper decide to go on a date to the most romantic place on Earth, Hooters. How does it go? What do they order? And how long does it take for Whisper to order the employee uniform for Tangle?
I don't know if you can hear how hard I am arcing my eyebrow at this.
Well, I mean, Hooters did do a Sonic tie-in in Asia
Japan,
a long time ago. Yeah.
That's true. That's true.
There's a connection there. There's a connection.
There's the relevance.
There's
argue with that.
There's the connection. Sonic is like, there's a connection with everything, Ian. Come on.
All right, so I guess they get the hot wings. They do hot wings there, right?
Yeah, that's sort of their thing, like wings, man.
Okay, so
chicken.
Jewel, we've already established, loves the hot wings. That's what she recommended, so that's what they're going to have.
Yeah.
I've never been. I'm assuming it's a casual dining experience.
It's like a sports bar.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe a game's on, the International Chow Olympics or something, and they have some hot wings and they watch some sports, and Whisper's kind of surprised they're selling athletic wear there, but okay. Tangle's very sporty, so why not?
Yeah. They get to meet the owner, Knight the Owl. He comes out for a little bit. It's like,
oh, I almost asked, why does Knight own a Hooters? And then, oh.
Have you seen their logo?
Yep. Yep. Walked right into that one.
Yes,
I did.
You did. Yes, you did. Yep, you did. All right, FMS Draws has a question. So, I've asked about Mega Man X coming to the classic era, but let's flip the script here. What if Mega Man, Rush, and one other classic character of your choosing got sent to the X era? What would they make of it?
What point in time in the X era?
Yeah, that's true.
Like, if we're talking pre-Sigma Rebellion, then they're having a grand time. Look at all the future tech. Look at how advanced the robots are. Oh my goodness. Dr. Light's vision has been realized. A society of man and machine coexisting. How lovely. So in this case, Roll is coming along with them, so they can just have a lovely day out as a family and just enjoy the bright and prosperous future that their fathers built for them. And then they go home. And they don't know what comes after, okay?
Oh, no.
If we're talking like anywhere between X1 and 8, at least Mega Man has Rush with him to help protect him as they endure and try to find their way back and are rather distraught. Although they're going to save a whole bunch of humanity and they're going to kick a surprising amount of ass for outdated tech.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll throw Bass into that timeline just so that he can shoot stuff a lot. These fancy new boys think they can, fight him. Oh, he'll show them.
Yeah. This would be interesting for sure. Zero versus Bass. Boy, that would be one hell of a fight. I can hear the theme song already. Jesus.
Bass is looking Zero over. Oh, it's you. You finally got enough beauty sleep there? Zero's like, I have no idea who you are.
Yeah, pretty much.
Bass is like, I am your doom, and Zero's like, oh, you're shooting me with lemons. That's adorable. Never bring a gun to a sword fight.
Lemons. Well, I mean, there could be a point where Bass grabs his hair. That's not a. He would be very unhappy with that.
Well, he'll just grab him by those stupid fins and they're just going in a big circle tugging on each other.
Zero's like, I don't need your damn lemons. All right, Gideon W has a question. Boom Sonic said his name is actually Sonic Maybe Hedgehog in one episode. How much trouble does this cause for the poor fellow who is legally named Sonic the Hedgehog?
He gets all his junk mail. He gets all his worrisome fan mail. Every now and again, Eggman shows up at his house because that's where the GPS pointed.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, it's you again. You going fast or anything? No, please leave me alone. All right, fair enough.
Just go away. This is Sonic's tax evasion scheme. That tracks. Here's one from Godzilla. Have you gotten a chance to watch Dragon Ball Daima yet? It's so good. So much new lore.
Nope, not yet. Add it to the pile.
Pile of things to do, see, watch. So many things. Oh, well. We've got one last question before we take a break. It's from Hearts13. Considering that any possibilities for some infinite parallel realities could exist in Sonic's multiverse, which composite realities would be more interesting to see? OVA X Maga, Deke X Fleetway X Archie, pre-Super Genesis Wave, Boom X Sonic X, or IDW X Archie post-Super Genesis Wave?
That is going to depend entirely on your personal tastes. I feel like the OVA and the manga might be the most seamless to integrate.
That would be interesting. That might be the most interesting.
Deke and pre-Genesis Wave Archie are already so synonymous in so many ways. I feel like that's not really worth the distinction. I know there are differences, but too few and too inconsequential to really worry about.
Mm-hmm.
But making that mesh with Fleetway, that I don't know about.
That's tough.
I mean, they're both so very different and special in their own ways. I feel like that needs to be more like a Crisis on Infinite Earths crossover where they're both distinct.
Yeah.
Archie post Super Genesis Wave, I feel like we could integrate those elements fairly easily.
IDW, yeah.
Yeah, because post Genesis Wave was already built to be something where the core game cast could travel and visit and interact. So there you go.
Mm-hmm.
Boom and Sonic X, you got me there. I have no idea how you would make that work unless you go like the comic route and just lean heavy into the comedy.
Yeah, Sonic X, the comic tone more than Sonic X, the show tone. Yeah, that would be all I could see. Some interesting thoughts there.
It would be interesting, that's for sure.
Yes.
Well, we're going to take a quick break, and while we're gone, stay tuned for these patron-sponsored ads. This ad comes from Chaos Sonic 1. Hello again. I'm asking for you to help my friend Yuna Florynn and her husband, Hyro_/H/ quit his job, all to dedicate his life to taking care of his wife, Yuna. Commissions are open to cover the medical expenses, so please help them, as my friends need all the help they can get. H/ offers full character art for $25 USD, plus $10 per extra character, and avatars at $15 USD each. Please contribute if you are able. I really want them to be okay, as they are really nice, make really good art, and are good friends. Thank you. You can find links to their various accounts down below in the description of the episode. This ad comes from BeeExtraordinary. Hello everyone! A BumbleKast and Sonic community member recently put out a call for mutual aid that we wanted to use our platform to amplify. You can find the full story of Bee's friend and her brave journey to safety and financial freedom, and a GoFundMe link pinned on her Twitter @TheWondrousBee. Even if you don't have anything extra to donate right now, sharing the link will still go so far to expose this fundraiser to a wider audience. On behalf of Bee, she'd like to thank the community for listening and for lending your generosity and warmth to her loved one. Other links can be found in the video description below. And we're back. We're going to start off with our weekly giveaway question. Follow us on our Twitter, Blue Sky, Tumblr, or Facebook accounts to have your chance to win your question answered here for free. This week's winner is...
Kidridged. How would Sonic handle/interact with Bowser and Ganondorf? I feel either would make an interesting foe for Sonic, given Ganon's more menacing, sinister nature, and Bowser's more goofy but powerful stature.
Bowser, I think, would be fun.
Yes.
Bowser's got a big personality. Bowser brings it every time.
I love
Flying fleets, huge armies, crazy castles and traps. I mean, Sonic's gonna have a grand time.
Oh yeah,
A lot of fun.
He is the hammiest of hams. I love Bowser.
And Sonic's gonna learn real quick that he can antagonize Bowser just as easily as Eggman.
Oh yeah,
easier.
Yep.
So yeah, no, he's gonna have a great time. He's gonna be challenged because Bowser's no slouch. He's a tough boy.
Oh yeah.
But Sonic will be able to triumph. But it'd be great. It'd be a grand old time. For the other one, which Ganondorf? Which Ganon? Because there is a nuance between them. Ocarina of Time's Ganondorf versus Wind Waker's Ganondorf versus Tears of the Kingdom's waste of talent Ganondorf. Or the various incarnations of Ganon, who is either, crafty or just a monster. There's a lot of different things. I mean,
CDI Ganon.
You dare bring chili dogs to my lair? You will die.
You must die.
I can see Sonic inheriting the Triforce of Courage, though.
That would track.
He faces all challenges down with a smirk and a quip. He'd be fine.
He is definitely not the kind of guy who would wield the Triforce of Wisdom, that's for sure.
No, not necessarily.
No.
No. But, if Tails and Knuckles can tag along with, and there's your wisdom and power right there.
Yeah, that's right. There you go.
Sorry, Ganon, you don't get a Triforce piece this time around. Womp womp.
Good. Oh, it'd be fun.
I'm just imagining Sonic in the Forest Temple with Phantom Ganon popping in and out of the paintings, and Sonic just loses his patience and jumps in the painting and chases him down.
What is this, Mario? Mario 64?
Well, he already beat Bowser. He knows how this trick works, so there you go.
Yeah, that's true. Sonic 64. Yep. All right, Hero Squad has a question. Does Amy have a race car bed? If so, is it Breeze?
Yes, and that's how she travels between her apartments.
All right.
Doesn't have to furnish her bedroom 100 times over. She just drives to each one and boom, good. Done.
She's set.
And Breeze doesn't have to sit in some smelly garage. It gets a prestige high-end apartment bedroom.
There you go.
Everybody wins.
It makes sense to me, I suppose. How does Breeze fit through the door? Don't worry about it.
Well, if it can transform from a bed to a functioning vehicle, maybe it can just go on two wheels, squeeze through that door.
Why not? The funniest part is that Hero Squad accidentally wrote Breezy in this question at first. So how does that work?
You know what? We're going to move on from that one.
Move on. Okay, fine. All right. Question from Kanayash. This one's sponsored by Allison S. Serge is employed at a pseudo-hipster coffee shop in Manhattan. What does she think of the customers, and what specialty beverage would she design?
Oh, she hates everybody.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, but what about the coffee shop specifically?
Oh, the coffee shop specifically? It's something to do with her time.
Does she hate... She hates everybody equally, yes. That's kind of her thing.
And she's very entertained by the droves of people that are coming for the Surge special, which is they think has a little extra kick to it. She's just secretly electrocuting them every time they take a sip.
Yeah.
And the hidden ingredient is she spits in every cup.
We got people in the chat going, I'll take 10.
Y'all worry me. I ain't surprised, but y'all worry me all the same.
Well, you know. All right, Menkoi has a question. Amy just won a poker tournament against everyone in the entire Sonic cast, but Sega wouldn't allow them to play for real money, so instead her grand prize is that she gets to do a total fashion makeover, clothes, hair, and makeup for one character of her choice. Ian, which character does she pick? And Kyle, what new style does she give them?
Oh, Sonic.
Okay.
I mean, she loves him, but he has not updated his style in so long. I mean, all he did was take out those brown contact lenses and grow his hair out a little. Come on, freshen it up.
I thought she didn't want to change him. I thought she liked him just the way he was.
She does, but, you know, it's not changing. It's just updating.
Okay. And what style does she give him? I don't know. Magical girl. Why?
All right.
I don't know. Because it's funny. Just turns him into a
She's
magical girl. Why not?
She's sitting there stressing over it because how do you improve upon perfection? And Cream's over there, you know, doodling pictures of her, you know, own magical girl unicorn transformation. She's like,
Yes.
maybe he should be one too. And she's like, you know what? Why not?
Yeah.
I had ideas.
There you go. Turn Sonic into a magical girl. You can do it, Amy. You deserve it. All right, here's one from Memphis. I like the narrative from Mephiles. He craved nothingness and received it, only to realize how horrible it actually is and wants out. And Shadow condemns him to continue nothingness. How his goals would have changed if he got out.
I think you're applying your own headcanon to this a bit, but it is still an interesting take. Once Mephiles is out, I think he's still going to be looking for Iblis and to destroy all of creation. That's just what he do.
Well, I mean, it's what he does. All right, Missile the Sandcat has a question. Hey guys, which Sonic characters are most likely to accidentally leave their kid on top of their car and drive away?
It's a worrisome number.
Well,
I
I mean,
think of who wouldn't forget for some reason.
I mean, if Vector and SBL left their kid on the car, at least their kid could fly.
No, Vector and SBL would be good about it because they've learned. They have to make sure that Charmy is like triple strapped into the child's seat because otherwise he will get on the roof by himself.
Yeah, yeah.
Vanilla wouldn't, obviously.
Vanilla would not leave. No, she would not leave her child on top of the car. No.
Eggman might, but that's only because he installed a turret for Sage to operate just for funsies.
Yeah.
Everybody else, I mean, Amy would usually not. I think she would be attentive, but I can also see her being just a little distracted that one time and never forgive herself.
Starline obviously left Surgeon Kit on top of the car way too many times.
Well, that was experiment number 375.
Oh, okay. So it was actually he actually planned on that. Tails leaves Sonic on top of his plane a lot. I know that.
He goes out for a joy flight, doesn't even realize Sonic's there.
Yeah.
Knuckles would leave the baby and forget his car.
Both? He would just leave it there, leave both there and just walk away?
No, he'd have the baby.
Oh, okay. He would take the baby with him, just not his car. Okay, I got it.
And Rouge is like, how did you forget the car? And Knuckles is like, oh. Anyway, brought the kid back, and Rouge is like, what kid?
Oh, no. Knuckles, please don't put the baby in the blender. Oh, boy. Sonic would do it on purpose because he has no idea what to do with the kid. Oh, boy. All right, we got a question from Mr. West Soda 123. How would you bring the iconic character of Captain Rescue into the reboot and modern/IDW continuity? Would Tinkle be a huge fan, or would you have just made him Mermaid Man from SpongeBob? What storyline would you put him in, and who would he interact with?
That was the Tubby Raccoon who played a superhero on TV but was actually not, right?
I believe so, from Adventures of, yes.
Right. I feel like that's a strong enough base gimmick to operate off of.
Yeah.
You know, he's a TV personality. He acts like a superhero, and he's really just an actor. And he's too good of an actor because he, you know, wins over a few folks. And I don't know, Eggman blackmails him into doing villainy or something in the guise of superheroics. Tangle wants to be his sidekick and ends up exposing the whole grand evil scheme, but helps Captain Rescue turn it around and save the day, save his good name, save his very soul.
Captain Rescue and Sonic Man crossover team up.
Okay. I was just doing like an excuse answer, but you sold me on the idea now.
Yeah. I mean, maybe they could fight, but I feel like they'd be more
Captain
likely to
Rescue
team up.
looking down on Sonic Man. Do you bleed? You will.
Okay.
Sonic Man's like, Save Amy. Why did you say that name?
Yeah. Oh no. Why are we going Batman v Superman on this one? Why is this the dawn of justice? Why are you doing this to us, Ian? Please. All right, Mixiger17 has a question. After a long day of everything going wrong, Belle heads back to her room and finds a gift that's obviously from Eggman. A handmade figurine of Mr. Tinker hugging her. It's not trapped, bugged, or part of a plan, and any mischief Eggman did to stay in character while sneaking it in was trivial at worst. How does she react, and would she even tell anyone or bring it up to him?
I think she would be touched, a little sad that this is most likely the last gesture he will ever make. And just to keep things simple, she'll keep it to herself.
Mm-hmm. And Nemiyun has a question. How many days of Sonic not bothering him would it take for Shadow to start thinking something is horribly wrong?
A long time. Because I don't think Shadow thinks about Sonic if he can help it.
Several years. At least, yes.
Sonic died. When? Like 3 years ago.
Nobody told me?
And I missed the funeral.
And I missed it? And I didn't get to kill him? Well, now he's mad. Well, that sounds about right. All right, speaking of Shadow, it's time to get into the Sonic X Shadow Generation spoiler zone. Here's one from Ann Tales. When Shadow asked Gerald what Black Doom meant by him having been defeated before, was Shadow playing dumb to prevent inadvertently revealing that he's from the far-off future and would therefore know their fates?
No, Shadow, as far as he knew, had killed Black Doom, but also knew through context that Black Doom was not a white space temporal aberration. So he's asking Gerald, the only person who has any firsthand knowledge of Black Arm's physiology, how could he be back? How is he talking about anything in this context?
Interesting. Brian Doom has a question. Instead of trying to conquer the world again in Shadow Generations, Black Doom tries to be a good dad to Shadow by taking him on a trip down memory lane. All the bosses except for the final one and all the levels are exactly the same. How does Doom do and what happens next?
I'm really trying to connect with you here, son. I'm giving you all these fun new superpowers.
They literally cause my DNA to reconfigure. It's horribly painful.
Well, it's Gerald's fault. I would have made it a lot simpler, honestly. I don't blame me. Look, you're going through a lot. Why don't you just come up to my biblically accurate giant floating eyeball? We can hang out, play video games, whatever you want to do.
Divorced dad blaming the mom.
Come on, kid. I got your wings. Everybody wants wings.
If I wanted wings, I would have joined Tangle and Whisper.
But I see what you did there. Okay, fine. All right, Chaos Sonic 1 is here with a question. From what I heard, you wanted to explain how the Eggmans escaped. Is it true that Izuka said no to keep it a mystery?
I don't know about keeping it a mystery. It was just, from my understanding, we didn't have the budget for it. Because you saw how much we could do with the pre-rendered CG scenes, those minor tweaks here and there. The changing the epilogue would have had to be whole new animations. I just don't think they had the time or the budget for that specifically.
Yeah. Here's one from Drop Dash Unfun. Dear Ian, who do we need to talk to at Sega to give us the option to remove or turn off the drop dash in games it wasn't designed to be in? While Classic can remove the skill, Modern cannot, and it can lead to ruined runs. Shadow, bless him, has yet to learn the skill, and I hope it stays.
Give your feedback within, the social circles, respectfully, of course. That's the same way the feedback for Frontiers and all its tweaks were applied. So let your voice be heard. Just be respectful about it, and maybe they will do.
I like the drop dash. It is a little kind of easy to accidentally make it happen, though, if you don't let go of the button. But yeah.
See, I can't seem to get it to go reliably, so...
I guess it kind of just depends. All right, Hip Kid Brick has a question. There's been a lot of debate lately on Sonic having lightning powers. With Sonic and Shadow Generations, Dark Beginnings, the game itself, and the launch trailer showing Shadow and Sonic with lightning effects to various extents, do they have lightning powers going forward? I understand chaos energy has been shown as electricity before, so this is more for Sonic.
It's just a visual thing.
They did it in Frontiers too, though. It does seem like it's kind of inspired by the movies.
Yeah, I'm sure that might be part of it, but it's not like he has lightning powers now. It's just, when he goes fast, there's some zippy zaps.
Yeah. Stealing Surge's thing, man. Come on. All right, and our last question is from Many Hats. Why was what Knuckles said to Classic Sonic changed? I know some of the changes were to address fan complaints from back then, but I don't recall that being one of the lines that people had a problem with. Is it because it could be interpreted as a fat-phobic joke?
I honestly don't remember what the original line was now.
I don't remember either.
I mean, it's got to be something about his gut because that's what the animation response
I think it was. It's
but...
like he ate too many chili dogs or something. Yeah. Did you gain weight? Yeah, that's what Knuckles said.
Okay. In that case, it was probably more to do something to build up the connections to everything rather than go for a fat joke.
Yeah.
I want to say the original line too was something about like, hey, he's got his home back, and no, he doesn't. It's just Sky Sanctuary. Angel Island is gone.
Yeah.
So like that line itself is an error.
Yeah, but now it seems like Classic Sonic ate Angel Island.
Well, that was supposed to be an updated animation, and that didn't happen either. So,
I mean, it makes it funnier, to be fair. Yeah. Well, on that note, it's time to end.
Yep. Thank you so much to all the patrons over at patreon.com/BumbleKast, Ko-fi.com/BumbleKast, and our YouTube members for supporting the show with your money and your questions. Be good to yourselves. Be good to each other. Look out for one another. And we will see you next time on the BumbleKast.
Take care, everybody. Don't eat any islands.
All right.
Uh-oh.
You need help?
I heard a tiny kitty. Other people also heard a tiny kitty.
Okay. All right. BumbleKast for November. BumbleKast for November 11th. No,
18th.
November 18th. 2024. I'll be right back.
Okay. Oh no. Ah! Oh no. What's going on over there? Guessing the cat's doing something. No Bumble. No BumbleKast allowed. Oh, cat.
Would have been easier to get a dog. I say this knowing full well a dog would be very complicated.
Are you sure about that? Especially up there. Especially where you're at.
Toronto's a very dog-friendly city.
Well, yeah, but you don't really have like a place for a dog to go outside to go just
the building's got a dog run.
As they want. Like, you have to specifically take them out there.
Yeah, but I could stand to have the exercise. Anyway, not at my point. We're not getting a dog. We have enough animals.
No. No, don't get a dog. I mean, don't get a dog if you already have multiple cats. Don't do that.
Well, once I win the lotto and go off grid to some farm out in the mountains.
And I'll never see you again.
Nope. Free at last. Oh, you'll like this.
Yeah, well, what's up?
So there's a management company to manage the condos, clean it up, deal with problem people, whatever. And we wanted to put up some safety netting on the balcony so the cats can go out. And it ensures that, McLeo doesn't go sneaking off into the adjacent unit through the privacy wall, or Malikata doesn't see something flitting across the ether and decide to leap off into space, or there have been a lot of raptors circling around lately, like noticeably a lot. And we have a lot of small animals, and that gives me the giblies. So there are rules on what you can do with the porch because it counts as the public space. We technically don't own it. It's part of the building's public space.
Right.
So we contact them and say, can we do this? And they got back to me, and in summation, they said, technically no, but until somebody complains, there's nothing really for us to act on.
Well, there you go.
So I was like, all right. And considering how many people are already breaking the rules out there, I don't think I'm going to get snitched on. So I think we're good.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't put it past somebody to be some kind of jerk about it.
Well, that just means I have ammo to fire back.
Yeah, true. Oh, well. HOAs are a scam, so I can tell you that much.
Ours ain't bad right now.
You're lucky.
Yeah, I mean, they're managing the problem person down the hall as best as can be, so I'll be content with that.
Seen Hawks on other people's railings? Tony Hawks? What's he doing up there?
Probably a grind.
Jet the Hawks? Hawk Tuas? You've been listening to the BumbleKast, a co-production of Bumble King Comics and the KNGI Network. Original theme music composed by Ken Coda Snyder. Remixed intro by T-Lopes. Find out more information, along with podcast feeder links, MP3 downloads, and more at bumbleking.com and kngi.org. What's going on otherwise, Ian?
I'm tired, Kyle.
Yeah, well, that makes all of us.
I know. We've all got...
You're not special.
No. I know. And I am in the soap opera of my own making. It's...
Oh, no.
We got the two kitties.
Yeah.
And the one got sick immediately. So that's been multiple last-second expensive trips to the vet.
Oy.
And the other one she's a little over 1 year old.
Yeah.
So she's still very kitten in mind, but she is not kitten in body. And she does not realize that. She does not realize how big and strong and fast and sharp she is.
Uh-huh.
So Midna is not happy, and I have to hand deliver water so that she will drink.
Oy.
And she's afraid of Malakata because Malakata is like a half again as big as she is, and aforementioned faster and stronger and bigger than she thinks she is.
Yep.
And Malakata, for her part, is still a kitten. So when the other cat hisses, she thinks, "Oh no, I'm being attacked from across the room with laser eyes or something," and it's a disproportionate response, and that just feeds back into itself. So,
Oy.
but they are approaching a stage of equilibrium where they spent most of the day in the same room asleep without issue.
Well, that's a good thing, I
and
think.
Nicolio is on 3 different medications, but he's definitely getting better.
That's good.
And now that he's better, he wants to see what you're eating.
Oh.
And he's small enough to climb onto that TV tray with you and investigate very closely.
Oh, boy.
Maybe even spice it up a little bit with that sneeze.
Yum.
It's real fun, too, when, you're asleep and he's cuddled up to you all super cute, and then he sneezes up your back.
Oh.
That'll wake you up.
Yeah. Ooh. Oh, boy.
But you know what? I'll take that rather than, his nose bleeding. So.
Well, I guess. Whatever.
We thought he was doing better, generally speaking, and then, we're getting ready for bed, and it's like, oh, the cat's bleeding out of his face. Great, wonderful, perfect.
Good timing.
And take him to the vet. My baby is bleeding out the face. He's like, oh yeah, it's probably inflammation.
Yeah.
We'll give him this and this. Anything else, let us know.
Yeah.
It's like, you're awfully calm about this, so I guess it's okay.
Well, I mean, usually when humans have nosebleeds, they aren't dying.
No, but he's a little tiny boo-boo.
Yeah, well.
You pick up his unfinished food dish and there's, actual blood in it. It's like, no. It stopped now.
That's good.
He's doing much, much better. It's just
good.
It's been 2 weeks of all of this.
2 weeks is something.
Plus everything else going on in the world. So I'm tired. How's your refrigerator running?
It's not. It's sitting out in the kitchen.
Oh, good. Taking a rest.
Yes. Yes. Luckily, I do not have to go catch it.
Marvelous.
Yes. But in terms of how is it running, is it cooling? Yes, it's fine. It's working great.
Marvelous.
It's working fantastic.
Did they repair where that guy ran into your wall?
It didn't run into my wall.
Oh, okay.
It was the wall on this building, but it wasn't my wall.
All right.
Did they
Not
repair
your
it? I don't know. I
problem.
haven't looked, but yeah, it's not my problem. It's their garage, not ours.
Womp womp.
Yeah. And none of the walls are my walls, really, honestly, because I rent, so.
Well, yeah, but yours in that it is the space that you occupy.
Yes. I guess. Nah, it's another part of the building that's part of a different garage, so it's not mine. So, did they fix it? I haven't looked, but I doubt it.